Alrighty, and here is the video review of Beast Hunter Starscream Deluxe. This is him. He's a jet. He's a kind of weird, I don't know, clawy space jet thingy. Just what he is here. He's got this little capture claw underneath that you work by. There's a little, you can hold it. There we go. And put your fingers right here, and then you pull these back, and it makes the capture claw operate. Now, one of the things that's notable about him, and so far all of the Wave 2 guys are like this. We got two new characters that are brand new molds in Smokescreen and Ripclaw, but Bulkhead, who we've seen before, is now a deluxe, completely new figure. And the Starscream is, while he has a similar kind of jet mode, is an entirely, like, unlike the deluxes in Wave 1 that were remolds, like very extensive remolds, but still remolds of the original Wave 1 figures, is an entirely new mold. I mean, there's nothing on this that is remolded from him. It's an entirely different different mold. Everything is different, and it's kind of cool. So yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess. But it's kind of surprising that they didn't just add some spikes to the previous Deluxe. I'm kind of surprised at that. Now, to transform him, one of the first things you want to do is pop this claw off the bottom. And you can see it actually just pegs on to there's some little pegs here on the forearm bits under here that go into some grooves here on the bottom of the gun. And again, there's the capture claw thingy. His missiles are kind of weird, kind of like they almost look kind of like depth charges shark drones, but without faces. Or almost kind of like little Sharkticons, I guess. But they're just kind of more missile bombs or more bombs than the missiles that the original had. And these can stay on the wings in robot mode. They don't attach to the arms, unfortunately, and not in any way that I found yet. I guess, could you maybe... Oh, okay, I take that back. I guess you can plug them in like that. So you could peg those onto the arms. They also, via those same pegs, can peg in to the... actually, not... these pegs here on the top, you can peg them onto the weapon itself. So when he's holding his weapon, he can have the missiles just attached to that. And again, there's the capture claw without the jet itself. And then to transform the jet, you come under here, you bring the arms or the legs first out like this. Go ahead and flip up his knee spikes. Bring this whole piece down and around, and open up the feet. Again, transformation here similar to the original Starscream, but again, nothing here is the same piece. I mean, it's not even remotely the same piece. It's all hollow in the back. Completely new remold on this guy. Now then you bring the arms down and out like this, and then you take these shoulder pads, they actually unpeg from here and lift up to cover more of the top of his shoulders. They're on a little hinge there. Also, what's weird, these vents down here on his leg that form some intakes when you're looking at the front of jet mode, they're also on hinges, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if that's just how they found to peg those pieces on, but they're movable. I don't know if you're supposed to flip them out for robot mode. The instructions aren't clear on that, but they are on little hinges here. I flipped them out for robot mode just to have them as something different from vehicle mode, but that's about it. I'll bring this whole back piece down and around like this. See that this whole piece folds down, bring the arms down, and then this back part comes back up, pegs in like that. Then you lift up the cockpit section here, which is just this and this yellow chest piece and the purple bit, and that comes down, which reveals his face. Flip the wings over and then lift them up, and there is Starscream in robot mode. You can bring this can go wherever you want, however you want to position that. But there's Starscream in robot mode. And give me a second, I'll get the camera up. Let me get him to stand here, and I'll lift that up. So there he is. Now, again, he's one of those guys that, much like Bulkhead, he's different than his previous Deluxe. I don't think he's a bad toy. I think he's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really neat stuff going on in his transformation. My problem comes to when you have to decide, is it Starscream? And that's really, there you go. You can put the missiles on his arm like that. He also has the peg holes, so you can peg the the claw into one of his arms. And again, if you want to peg a missile in one arm and this on the other, you can always just store the other missile up on the weapon. You can also leave it clipped in to the back of the wing if you so choose. I'll go ahead and just store it on the weapon here for the time being. But yeah, I think if they painted this red and called it pterosaur, it might be a very different reaction. As it is, it's a neat toy. Like I said, I think it's really cool. It's a neat figure. Is it Starscream? That's really what it comes down to. Same with that deluxe bulkhead. It's a fun little deluxe. I quite enjoy it. Is it necessarily bulkhead to me? And that's where I struggle. Here's a quick comparison with his original self. And you'll notice that, like, even though he was much larger in vehicle mode, a lot of it's due to, one, the bulk of this weapon, and just how he transforms, because he is actually much shorter in robot mode. But design-wise, like, I like him a lot more than I thought I was going to. Like I said, any qualms, he's fun. There's some neat stuff in the transformation. There's a really neat look to him. My issue is it Starscream? That's really, if I had to come with a complaint, it's that I don't necessarily get Starscream from it. I get cool jet guy, and again, maybe repurpose him as a different character like Bulkhead. But all in all, I think worth nabbing. I'm finding that a lot of these beast hunters are remarkably well engineered and a lot more fun than I was initially giving them credit for. So there's that. But yeah, there it is, Beast Hunters Deluxe Starscream. Quick articulation-wise, he does got ball joints up here at the shoulder, ball joints at the elbow. He does have wrist swivels, ball jointed hips, hinged knees. He does have a thigh swivel there just above the knee. The feet, as you can see, are slightly posable. You've got a little bit of range of movement in there, but that's more for transformation. His head's on a ball joint. The wings, again, you can flip up. You can flip them to the side like this if you want. I mean, like they're on hinges there. It's up to your personal preference. But yeah, there he is. Pretty cool.